Hey students, in our last lecture of business research methods, we have discussed about data editing and data coding. We have discussed that before data entry, there is a need to edit the data for completeness, and then there is a need to have data coding. In this lecture, we will discuss about data entry. This is the activity of transferring data from research project to computers. So that data that has been collected from research project, maybe questionnaire, physical form of questionnaires, or some softwares have been used for questionnaire filling process. So that data needs to be entered into computers or softwares or system. That is the process of data entry. So for data entry, we have discussed that it is very important that data must have been coded before data entry. So we'll take an example, we'll take Excel example, and we'll discuss how data entry should be done for further better analysis of data. So this is an example. In this example, we discuss about online shopping behavior. So first we have coded the data. In the right side, we can see that how data coding has been done for gender, female. If it is, it would be represented by 1, male would be represented by 2, and others would be represented by 3. Means if the respondent has tick in female in the questionnaire, then while entering data, we will write 1 for that respondent. Similarly, for age up to 18, 1, 19 to 25, 2, and so on. So if the respondent has ticked 19 to 25 in age, we would enter 2 in the age column of data. Further, a small example is there. We have taken this for online shopping behavior. So just 2-3 questions have been asked. We have taken an example of 2-3 questions. So one question is, which is the most preferred store? So we have taken example, rather than taking the real store example, we have just taken the names of stores as A, B, C, D, and E. So you can consider it could be Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Jabong, Myntra, and so on. So for A store, we would write 1. For B store, we would write 2. For C, 3, and so on. Means if it would be real life, it could be for Amazon 1, it could be for Flipkart 2, Snapdeal 3, Jabong 4, and Myntra 5. Next, there is another question. Most preferred category means which product category is most preferred for online shopping. So again, we have taken an example. We have taken, for example, we have given 4 options: fashion, electronics, food and beverages, and home decor. So for fashion coding is 1, electronics 2, food and beverages 3, home decor 4. Means if the respondent has ticked in most preferred product category for online shopping as fashion, then we would enter 1, and if it is electronics, we would enter 2, and so on. Next important thing that we would ask from the respondent is satisfaction level. So for satisfaction level, respondent can have options from highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied, highly satisfied, satisfied, neutral, dissatisfied, and highly dissatisfied. So if the respondent has ticked highly satisfied, then 5 will be entered while entering data. If satisfied, 4. For neutral, 3. For dissatisfied, 2. And highly dissatisfied, 1. We could have taken it other way around, means for highly satisfied, 1, and so on. But it is better to keep positive, means the things that we actually want towards higher number, and the things that are negative or that we don't want, that are not liked, are for lower number. So dissatisfaction or highly dissatisfaction 1, and highly satisfaction is 5. So high category, high number means the store is performing better in satisfaction level. So coming back to this table, so as we have taken just a few examples, just a few questions, so it is a table having just 6 columns. So this needs to be understood very clearly, that for each respondent we would have one row, and for each question we would have one column. Depending on the type of questions, if the question is something different, we may have more columns for even one question. But when we are asking the respondent to pick one, answer one option, then only one column would work. So for example, there are just 14 respondents. So first column is for respondents and first row is for headings, and from second row we would start writing the responses of respondent. So respondent number 1 in the first column, then in second column gender, third column age, fourth column most preferred store, fifth column most preferred category, and sixth column the satisfaction level. So if the respondent 1 ticks in gender category male, so we would write for respondent 1 2. If it is 19 to 25 age, we would write 2 in age column for respondent 1. For most preferred store, if the respondent has ticked D, we would write 4 in the row for respondent 1. Then most preferred category, if it is fashion, earlier was most preferred store. So this is most preferred category. If it is 1, then fashion, then we would write 1 in the row for respondent 1. And for satisfaction level, if a respondent says that he is or she is highly satisfied, that means 5. So we would write 5 in satisfaction column of respondent 1. Similarly, for respondent 2, again for respondent 2, this is for respondent 2, the data must be entered this way. For respondent 3, the data must be entered this way. For respondent 4, the data must be entered this way. So for each respondent, we would write the answers or data in one row. So for respondent 4, this row is assigned. For respondent 3, this row has been assigned. For respondent 2, this row has been assigned. For respondent 1, this row has been assigned. So as many number of respondents we have, we would have that much number of rows. For respondent 14, this row has been assigned. So for respondent 14's gender, respondent 14's age, respondent 14's most preferred store, A to E, 1 to 5, respondent 14's most preferred category, fashion, electronics, food or beverages. If it is home decor, we would write 4, and for respondent 14's satisfaction level 1 to 5. So this is the process of data entry. And now after entering the data, how this data can be analyzed using this spreadsheet. So for example, if we have collected just the data of 14 respondents, then at the end of this gender column, what would we do? We can calculate the numbers or the frequency of 1s, 2s and 3s. We can calculate the frequency of 1s, 2s and 3s. So that would help us to understand how many males, how many females and how many others have given the responses. For age, again for this column, we can calculate the frequency from 1 to 6, and that would help us to understand that which age group is the most frequent category of respondent. For this would be more relevant question for us. Most preferred store. So if again from 1 to 5, we would calculate the frequency of 1s, we would calculate the frequency of 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s. So if we find that 1 is having highest frequency, it means A is the most preferred store. Again, for most preferred category, 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s frequency can be calculated, and if it is the frequency of 2 is the highest, then we can conclude that electronics is the most preferred category. Then as these all are for nominal scale. So we are just having frequency, but for satisfaction level we are having it on ordinal scale. So something else can be done with this ordinal scale, or you may say interval scale. So we have calculated satisfaction level from highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied. So in this case, besides frequency, we can do something else as well. So we can calculate the frequency satisfaction level, we can calculate the frequency of satisfaction level, and also we can calculate the mean of satisfaction level. And if the mean is towards 5, it means the respondents are satisfied with their stores, and if the mean is towards 1, it means the respondents are dissatisfied with their stores in general. Because mean is something that has been calculated on the basis of respondents answer. So in general we can say if the mean is around 1 2, it means in general the respondents are dissatisfied, and if it is around 4 5, we can say that respondents are satisfied. So for this, because it is not on nominal scale, it is in interval scale, so we can also calculate the mean of this. And further we can also see the frequency of two comparative columns. We can see that if it is A, it is 1 in most preferred store, and what is the satisfaction level for that. If it is 2 in most preferred store, what is the satisfaction. So corresponding frequency can also be calculated. For all ones in column most preferred store, what is the satisfaction level. For all twos in most preferred store, what is the satisfaction level, and so on. So we can see the corresponding satisfaction level for each store, that can also be calculated. So that's all for this session. We'll discuss more about data analysis in next sections. Thank you.